So at this point, our upgrades to the codebase are complete, and now we need to follow up with doing any upgrades to the database that need to be done. So I'm going to jump back to the site in the browser, and I'm here on the status reports page, but I'm going to refresh it. Now that we've made the upgrade, the information will be a little different. So we see up here, now we're on Drupal 7.8, and if we look down, under this database updates section, it says out of date. We have some database schema updates to install, and we need to run the database update script. So let's go ahead and click this, and let's go ahead and click continue. We have 2 pending updates. We can click this to check out what those changes are. Let's go ahead and click apply pending updates. Okay, so we don't see any error messages. That's a good sign. So we can go back to the front page, and at this point, it would be a good opportunity to do some testing to see if there's anything that's changed in the workflow of Drupal or any of the ways that the modules interact with the site before we push this to a staging or a production site. Now, in previous videos, when we talked about working on a team, we talked about what happens when we make changes that we can't record in code in version control. And what we just did by updating the database was do something that we need to alert our team members about that we can't necessarily capture in code. So we need to make a note somewhere, and in previous videos we talked about using a manual updates text file. So let's go ahead and jump to that file. It's in the assets folder, and let's go ahead and open up manual updates.txt. And here, under the next release section, let's go ahead and make a note. So the note I'm adding just says, run the update script. Drupal was upgraded from 7.7 to 7.8. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And now let's go ahead and commit this in the repository. So I'm going to jump back to the command line. We'll do a quick git status to make sure that this is the only thing that's changed. And that's it. And let's do a commit. So the command we're using here is git commit. We're passing the a parameter in order to bypass the staging area. And then the message is manual update. And I have this all in caps to make it easy to identify when reading the log. And the message is added note to manual updates.txt file. I'm going to go ahead and click enter. Okay, our change was committed. And to wrap this up, we've been doing all of these changes on a feature branch in our Git repository, and now we need to merge those changes back with the main development branch. So we're going to go ahead and check out the develop branch. And now we're going to go ahead and do a Git merge. What we're saying here is to do a merge, we're passing the noFF parameter, which means no fast forward, which will keep a track record of this branch even when we remove it. And then the name of the branch, which again is feature upgrade-7.8. And I'm going to hit enter. Okay, now at this point, we can go ahead and remove the branch since all of the changes have been pulled into the main develop branch. So let's go ahead and do a git branch d, which is a parameter for deleting, and then the name of the branch. We'll hit enter. Okay, the branch is deleted. Now let's go ahead and push our changes up to our remote repository. Okay, now we've made the changes. They've been pushed to the remote, so that means our other team members can test out these modifications to Drupal core. And when we push to production, we'll simply do a git pull in order to pull in the updates to the code base. And after looking at the manual updates text file, we'll see that we have some database updates to do as well.